Hello and welcome to One Life Ring It. This week's show is brought to you in a Cockney accent. How you going, me old cock sparrow? And this week's show is brought to you by the letter A, which means we spent a lot of time in a bleeding garage. A.
Tops, the perfect combination, no confusion. Yo, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Respect to the man, seaman.
You might well remember that as we left the UK, our van was leaning. It was leaning really, really badly, and everyone told us that we all needed to get it sorted out. But we decided to wait until we got to Portugal. Well, we're in Portugal. So this week, we got the van fixed. And we spent a whole week trying to get it sorted. Here's the story.
Wow. So nice.
So here we are, the second night in paradise. But this is the red sky at night. Although we had one last night and it peed down all night. So we've been all over northern Portugal looking for a new torsion bar or someone to fix our torsion bar suspension to no luck or no avail. So we decided to put airbag suspension in, and we found this place, the Clinica dos Caravanas in central Portugal, to hope that they'll fix our problem. But this has taken such a long time. It's been absolutely mental. We ordered the part didn't turn up, but then the part turned up. We weren't near there. We were in Lisbon trying to buy a house, if you remember that episode. So we're here now, and we've got nowhere to stay, and there's no hotel close by. So the owner of this clinic, the Caravanas, das Caravanas, let us stay in his garage on the ramp. So every night the van was lowered and we were allowed to sleep again. Very nice. But before I tell the story of the airbag suspension, you might well remember that last week or the week before we were in Lisbon and we were buying a house. This is the house that we put an offering on. It was an asking price of €195,000. Beautiful place, absolutely loved it. Parquet flooring, a view of the sea/river, and we loved it. Massive, absolutely massive. It had two outside spaces, and it would be suffice for the rest of our lives, I shouldn't wonder. And we put the offer in. The day after we saw it, we put the offer in. And then we went to Clinica das Caravanas, and we were chatting to Nuno, who owns Clinica Caravanas, Clinica das Caravanas, and we told him our great news that we put an offer in on a house in Lisbon. And he looked at us and he said, "Why would you buy a house at this time?" And we stopped and we remembered that our plan was to sit on the money from our house sale in the UK, and because we think that the housing market was going to come down, and wait. And that was always our plan. But we didn't do that. So we were sat there in our campervan talking to Nuno, and we literally just put the offer in on this house. And then about 10 minutes later, we emailed the agent and said, "Can we take that offer back, please?" And we did. And now we've stopped. We've come back down to the Algarve, where we are at the moment. I'll show you where we are at the moment. The beautiful Algarve, the beautiful town of Campelos. And we're going to calm down and stop buying things. Leave the money in the bank for a year or so, carry on with our adventures, and see where it takes us. So, let's talk about airbags. Who would have thought when I started this channel talking about camper vans and travelling and buying houses in the broadland that I'd be talking to you about airbag suspension? Well, here we are. Right, there's a bracket that goes on the van, and on that bracket goes an airbag, a really industrial airbag that holds up the van and makes it bounce along. As you know, we're leaning. This is a compressor, and the compressor pumps up the airbags, and we look really, really good. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's really, really boring. The good thing, though, this week is that we went to visit Clinica Caravanas that builds their own vans. This is them. This is where they make the wooden panels. They cut them all up, look, and then that's all the cabinets. And it goes into things like this. This is a... I don't even know what it is. What kind of car is it? Citroen.
Is it Mercedes?
No, Citroen. Ugh. That's really good, though. This is. Oh, you know what? I'm literally standing up. Got loads of head height.
Yeah.
It's got double beds, 2 double beds. So it's got bunk beds, and I would imagine storage underneath the van, underneath the bed. Hey, you know what? This is the fridge freezer.
Lovely.
How's it open this? Not opened. I'm going mad, look. Oh, it's open.
More storage here.
More storage here. Nice cooker. Oh wow, that's tight though. That's alright. Loads of power points. Lights. It's obviously got a nice sink. That's got water in, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think he's left the door open or something? All the power.
Solar.
It's really good, isn't it?
That's
so it's
lovely.
got 4 seats. Then that yeah, it's bathroom.
Nice.
Can't see. Right, let's see if I can get a... That's really good.
Beautiful.
Bano.
That's beautiful.
That's really... I mean... I'm going to say I wouldn't want to live in it, but...
You could live in that.
You could live in it.
That's alright.
It's big enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no table.
No.
Unless there's a table to... Ah,
Oh, there, look on the floor.
here. Don't know.
Underneath your feet. What's that?
That'll be... maybe the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. all this
Electrics. It's a really good size, isn't it?
stuff. Yeah.
Really nice size. And now, a word from our sponsor. Snicket.com is essentially a guide. It's a map. It's a Google map. And as you can see, there are lots and lots of pins on my map. So say, for example, I was in Manchester and I wanted to know what's happening in Manchester or some of the history maybe of Manchester. Then I just click on here and we're going to Manchester. Now you can see all these other little pins, map pins. If I click on one of those, it will tell me that's Salford Lads Club, obviously where the Smiths famously stood for one of their albums. Or there's a ghost story there. This is about a body found in Angel Meadow. Or what else have we got? Manchester City Football Ground, all about the history of that. That's about the Mayfield Club. And we go further and further in, and there's all sorts of stuff. That's about the River Irwell. There you go, Rylands Library. So all you need to do is go to snicket.com, click on our tours, and purchase one. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you soon. Take care. Back to the film. In the theme tune that we sing are the lyrics, "It's a channel that's ever so eclectic. This is the song," or something like that. Anyway, it is eclectic, this video, and I wanted to make it as joyous for everyone really. Like today we've obviously had airbags, we've had a bit of snicket. So I wanted to show you the Romans and show you what the Romans did for us in Portugal. Have a look at this. Hello and welcome to One Life Wing It. My name's Steve Austin.
And I'm Foxy.
Oh, Foxy Wharton. I have to say Foxy Wharton. The reason I'm stumbling is because we found a road. But this road, I tell you, it's quite interesting, isn't it, Joanne?
Yeah.
We're somewhere in central Portugal, not far from Fatima, where we've been making films all week. But we came out on a little bike ride to look at a Roman road. And I wanted to show it to you. This is incredible,
It's incredible.
It really is. I mean, off this road is. I mean, I don't know. They've had trucks and all sorts. I mean, we're not in a very important part of Portugal, albeit I suppose it was all important to the Romans. But this is the way they got all their materials, their soldiers, their food, their information. This is how our life started in all those days. So this is an absolutely brilliant road, isn't it, Joanne?
It's fantastic.
Foxy.
Oi. I mean, imagine the footwear that they had. You know, imagine walking miles and miles and miles on this terrain.
I think what they did though, to be honest, because I've seen videos of making this, is they had like a finer. This is like the base layer,
Okay.
as it were, and then what they had was put finer rocks in, and then finally finish off with things like sandy type thing, so it became quite flat. But we're going uphill now, as you can hear from my panting. And I must say, bringing a horse and cart up here, or I would imagine getting local Portuguese fellas to push you up, would be quite extraordinary. So there you are. I'll turn around and show you down. There we have it.
Have a nice little picnic there if you like.
Yeah, obviously this wasn't around in Roman times.
They are so nice though. Look at them.
They are.
They're absolutely clean.
Something the Romans would have definitely known about is an amazing material called cork. And I've been looking at it all week. This is a cork oak tree somewhere in central Portugal. And it is absolutely amazing. Cork, as you know, goes in the top of wine bottles. And wine, to the Romans, to the Portuguese, to the Spanish, well, to us all really, is one of the most incredible natural things that you can ever drink in your life. So here, in central Portugal, is about cork. So you'll have to forgive the sign. It's a sign for a restaurant. But this is what I've been looking for ages, and I want to find. You see thousands of them, and then the one you find is covered with a bloody sign. But I bet you can't guess what this is, this kind of tree. As you can see, the bark has been taken off. It's got a number, number 1 JC, and the bark's been stripped off right up to there. And at the moment, the bark is growing back. This, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is a cork tree. Portugal is one of the largest producers. I think it's something like 60% of the world's cork comes from Portugal. And this is it. Now I just feel really stupid taking a picture of a cork tree as cars drive by. But I do it for you because I love you. I'll tell you all about it later on. And I'm not eating there, so I might go and have something to eat right now. So, this week we've been up and down on a lift in a garage. We got our van fixed. We almost bought a flat and then didn't buy a flat. We sold our house in the UK finally, exchanged contracts. We got rid of all the money for a year because we decided we're not going to buy anything for a year. And we found a Roman road and a load of cork trees. What more do you want? What more? Oh, and we came to the Algarve. We'll see you next week when we'll be talking about something else, probably. Something nice. I'll shut now and let you enjoy the view. And the noise. Nice electric drill in the distance. Subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.